Well, what do we have here? A massive surge in US search interest for Cybertruck. Over the past 90 days, a huge new peak has been reached. Zooming in a little closer, the last 30 days, what could possibly have triggered this? A new Cybertruck variant just dropped in the US. Here's the official post from the Cybertruck account on X. New version of Cybertruck now available to order in the US. This is our most affordable Cybertruck yet. Tough as nails with ultra low cost of ownership. Starts at $59,990. This is a dual motor all-wheel drive, estimated 325 miles of range. Most of the features of the higher trim Cybertrucks as well. The only real difference of any note, coil springs with adaptive damping as opposed to the adaptive four-corner air suspension of the higher trims. The $59,990 Cybertruck offers exceptional value. And as a reminder, back in 2019 when it was first unveiled, the Cybertruck, the dual motor all-wheel drive with 300 plus miles of range, essentially the vehicle we're now looking at, was estimated to launch at a $49,900 price point. But of course, you'll remember that shortly after that, there was a global scamdemic. Futile, fascist, inhumane shutdowns, businesses imploding left, right and centre, mentally ill, deranged, hateful and insane family members, colleagues, friends, and neighbours revealing themselves one after another, and then an enormous disruption to global supply chains, parts shortages, and then crazy money printing resulting in wild inflation. Given the fact that we're intellectually honest on this channel, let's inflation adjust this price for $2026. See how close to the mark Tesla has got with this pricing. $49,990 in 2019 dollars. In 2026 dollars is the equivalent of $63,483. So Tesla's actually, based on price point, come in a little bit under their original estimate. Now at this price point, they're still not going to sell millions of these per year. At least I highly doubt it. As I said in the past, when I was reacting to a recent video, why Cybertruck hasn't been selling particularly well, I said, look, bro, I'll spoil the whole video because they couldn't get the price point where it needs to be. This, $39,900, that price point, if Tesla could get there, this thing is going gangbusters. To be clear, this new variant of Cybertruck will sell much better than what was previously available in the market. But if Tesla could get a product on market, inflation adjusted, the $39,900, equivalent of about $50,000 today, it would be game over. Originally, Tesla was looking at a 4.5 second 0 to 60 time. They've managed to improve meaningfully upon that, getting it down to 4.1 seconds. Towing capacity on the final product, 7,500 pounds versus the originally intended 10,000. If you do want the extra towing capacity, all you need to do is select the Premium or Cyber Beast, each at 11,000 pounds. I just want to really emphasize something though. Look at the difference in major specs, range, towing capacity, and the 0 to 60 time between the dual motor all-wheel drive and the premium all-wheel drive, e.g. air suspension, some slightly more premium-ish features, but generally speaking, it's pretty close. A $20,000 price difference, which is half an entry-level Model Y in terms of price. Look at the difference. Towing capacity. That's the only of those three major specifications, range, towing capacity, and the 0 to 60 times. The change. Of course, the Cyber Beast on a whole other level, 2.6 second 0 to 60 time. I want to give you guys a little bit of a lesson in human psychology. There's a phenomenon goes by a number of names, the decoy effect, and a bunch of others as well, but I'll just cut to the chase. This premium all-wheel drive Cybertruck now, if we're being honest, the key differentiating features a premium bed package. Ooh, it's premium. Yet, the entry-level dual motor all-wheel drive still has a motorized cover for the bed, which most people care a lot about. The bed interior, who cares? Adaptive air suspension on the premium version with adjustable ride height. The premium version also has a premium interior, premium audio, and premium second row display. So let's just be honest here. Who's paying an extra $20,000 to go from spring suspension to air suspension and to add a rear display? The answer is someone who's extremely well off financially and can afford to spend the money. Otherwise, no one. So the premium all-wheel drive Cybertruck now is actually serving the role as a decoy. Comparative dog shit value relative to the dual motor all-wheel drive Cybertruck. $20,000 less, near identical features apart from no rear screen and different suspension. Consumers who are now considering a Cybertruck go to the Tesla website. They look at the dual motor all-wheel drive for $59,990. They look at the range, the towing capacity, and the 0 to 60 time. Then they look at the premium for an extra $20,000. Oh, I can tow a little bit more, but do I even really need to tow that much? Probably not. Okay, well, what else does that have? Oh, a rear screen and different suspension. Is it really worth $20,000? No, I'm going to get the dual motor. The presence of the premium all-wheel drive Cybertruck at $79,990 makes the entry-level dual-motor all-wheel drive Cybertruck comparatively look like absolutely ridiculous value, which, by the way, it is. Now, I'm just going to say it. The only reason for Tesla to actually continue to have this premium all-wheel drive on the order page is specifically to close more sales on the dual-motor all-wheel drive, because people go, holy fuck, this is great value. Now, obviously, there's an added benefit. Some people still will buy the premium all-wheel drive. If money is not a problem, great. But this is here to sell these. The dual-motor all-wheel drive Cybertruck is unbelievably good value. So I'm actually going to click compare models just to give you guys a complete breakdown. A few other consumers might do this as well. Hang on, why is that thing so much more expensive? I don't get it. So let's see here. Dual-motor all-wheel drive described in 2 words. Most affordable, true, versus the premium all-wheel drive. Maximum adventure. I guess the air suspension really makes a difference. Cyber Beast, unreal performance. Notice powertrain, identical between the dual-motor all-wheel drive, $59,990, and the premium all-wheel drive, identical. So $20,000 less, identical powertrain, identical range, nearly identical supercharge in 15 minutes, 132 miles versus 137 versus 135. Basically the same. So identical, identical, identical. Towing is the only meaningful area so far where there's a major difference in specs. Payload, comparable. The premium all-wheel drive has slightly more payload. However, when you compare that with the Cyber Beast, the payload of the entry-level Cybertruck within about 10%. Nearly identical. Acceleration, identical between the dual-motor all-wheel drive and the premium all-wheel drive. Even when we get to the interiors. How many consumers really care that much about the materials used on their seats? The first major point of difference, entry-level, only the first row seats are heated versus premium, first and second row are heated. Plus, first row are also ventilated. Entry-level, second row fold-up seats, identical to the premium. Identical footwell and door pocket and textile door trims. Both have the 18.5-inch first row display, but only the premium has a second row display. Both have the wraparound lighting. Are we really seeing $20,000 of difference here? Not yet. I mean, again, if you can afford it, if you're a total baller, then of course you'll spend the extra money. But for most consumers who are weighing up whether or not they can really afford to even buy the entry-level Cybertruck, they start comparing it to the premium one for $20,000 extra. Go, fuck, man. This entry-level Cybertruck is such good value. It has most of these features. It's $20,000 less. Holy shit. At this point, you're a consumer. You're weighing up the pros and cons of the dual motor, the entry-level versus the premium. And you're going, yeah, I don't really see half an entry-level Model Y worth of value in the premium all-wheel drive. Sure. The premium bed lamps and the premium tail lamps might be nice, but even the entry-level vehicle has a motorized bed cover. Do I really need 15 speakers plus active noise cancellation? Is it really worth an extra 20 grand when 7 speakers will probably suffice? And do I really need 2 power outlets inside the cabin when even the entry level has power outlets in the bed? The last differentiating factor is suspension. Coil springs with adaptive damping versus adaptive air suspension and adjustable ride height. Otherwise, everything else identical. Even in isolation, the dual motor all-wheel drive Cybertruck is ridiculously good value. But when you're on the page, the order page, and you're looking at the premium all-wheel drive for an extra $20,000 for approximately fuck all extra, apart from a few extremely nice to have but totally unnecessary premium features, I have a strong hunch this thing is going to sell really well. And I have a hunch that Elon Musk might be of that same opinion. Elon Musk reposting this and also engaging in some discussion on X. And we're about to discover exactly how price-sensitive customers are in the US when it comes to this price point for a compelling electric pickup truck. A pint-sized user on X asks, how much will it be in 10 days? Elon responds, depends on how much demand we see at this price level. I've noticed some people, I have to say, I don't want to be too derogatory, so I'll bite my tongue so hard it bleeds here, but I've noticed some people seem to have interpreted this post, and by the way, I'm not Elon Musk, so I don't know what he was thinking when he wrote this, but I'm not completely retarded, so there's that. Some people seem to be interpreting this as if he's suggesting, well, if it doesn't sell very well, then we'll lower the price. Guys, I don't want to rain on your parade here, but to be selling that Cybertruck for $20,000 less than the premium all-wheel drive, they have absolutely not cut $20,000 of actual manufacturing cost, parts cost out of that product. It's going to have a very lean profit margin at this price point. There's very little fat left to trim. Hypothetically, if for some strange reason they weren't selling enough of these, Tesla's next move would not be to cut the price and start losing money selling them to consumers. But you already knew that, right? Because you're not retarded. What Elon is getting at here is if there's a fuck ton of demand for this thing, which we have priced absolutely ridiculously low, super aggressively, and likely to have very meager margins on, if there's truly astronomical demand, we may have to raise the price, and if so, we will. Again, I'm not Elon. I don't know what he was thinking here, but bro, if you interpret this as if to suggest or imply, well, it might not sell well, and if that's the case, we'll just lower the price, I would strongly encourage you to think more and post less. Admittedly, I am just a midwit. I make content for a living. I don't manufacture vehicles. I'm not an engineer, but I'm also not completely retarded. Then again, maybe I am. But I would be shocked, stunned, if Tesla has managed to save more than about $5,000 of cost between the premium all-wheel drive Cybertruck and the dual motor. Maybe the suspension itself, like $1,500, $2,000 at most. The latest screen, a few $100s. Some of the premium features out, another few $100s. Maybe a couple of speakers, getting another few $100s. Okay, we're in the few $1,000 range here. At absolute most, I'd say maybe, if you are lucky, they've saved about $7,500, and that's really on the high end. I'd say it's closer to about $5,000, maybe even less than that. So do the math. They're selling it $20,000 less. Where is the margin? It may be instructive to look over on Tesla's Model Y page, the difference in price between their all-wheel drive Model Y versus the premium Model Y, and to look at the difference in features. One final point I'd like to make. You know the real reason for the dual motor all-wheel drive Cybertruck, with some of the higher end and unnecessary features having been stripped out? Are you ready for the plot twist? Autonomy, motherfuckers. These things are going to be used as fully autonomous delivery vehicles, delivering furniture, parts, tools, heavy, large objects. Tesla may as well sell these with a near zero margin to consumers, and I don't necessarily mean it's actually zero, but it's not exactly going to be gigantic, because at this price point, many more people can afford one. But this has paved the way for fleets of fully autonomous Cybertrucks operating as robotaxis. Think about the features that have been removed that won't make a difference if the Cybertruck is fully autonomous and operating as a robotaxi. And again, that's not to say that consumers won't find some excellent value here, but I suspect that the brief from Elon Musk was, hey bitches, get some cost out of these things so that we can start producing some to operate as robotaxis, make sure that consumers would still love them. But any features that aren't really useful for a robotaxi, which may or may not have a human occupant. So for example, you probably don't get rid of the front screen because the human inside wants to at least see a map showing where they're going, how the ride's going, blah, 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 estimated time to arrival. But any of the other features that we can get rid of that wouldn't be super beneficial for a fully autonomous robotaxi, get rid of them. Then put the thing on the website with a very low margin for an exceptionally sharp starting price and get ready for autonomy. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.